Well, game is here. And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a community game. It is Mad Random. Now, it is obviously Regicide. I no clue what this map is going to give us. As the first time I've ever casted Mad Random, it always gives us something different. And I'm going to just introduce the players and then we'll talk about the map. One thing I need to do is move this. So yeah, welcome everyone on YouTube, welcome everyone on the Twitch stream. We have a lot of people here right now, having a good time, the day before Thanksgiving for me. Roach is here in the green. In verse, I'm just going to toggle through, I think. Now, I'll go around. In the yellow, we have Shulker B playing as the Britons. In the blue, we have Celts for It's an App. In the red, we have Development playing as the Huns, and he has houses. What? Well, this is confusing. In the orange, we have Ripper Ryoja? Am I saying that right? I don't know. Playing as the Vikings. In the gray, we have Urgent playing as the Koreans. Purple is Kato Oreo playing as the Chinese. And then in the teal is Mayans for Match Lawa or Match Iowa. I'm going to go with Match Lawa because it's easier. Or just Match, actually.
Here's for an awesome game.
Whoa!
Random Regicide with diplomacy. What else could we hope for? Besides Forest, nothing of course. 30 Wololo 30 Wololo T90 King T90 Rect Kappa.
I have to say that text-to-speech woman really knows how to roll her tongue. I'm jealous. I'm not good at that at all. I've tried Spanish, tried to learn Spanish. I can't do it because I can't roll my tongue. So I'm guessing that text-to-speech woman would sound wonderful with English to Spanish translation. But anyway, thank you so much for the $30 AoE snack bar. That is the second donation today. That means a lot to me, man. These guys are talking. It is Diplo, which means they can be friends or foes. They have control of that. And they're probably just confused by the map. Looking around the map, there is a lot of gold. There's a lot of stone. And this is similar to Oasis, where most of the wood is then in the middle. Like right now, you can see It's an App doesn't know where to take wood. And It's an App not going to find wood anytime soon if It's an App goes that direction. So, you know, as always in community games, it's about having fun. It's about mixing it up. It's about breaking that meta because there is no meta in community games. And as always, it also gives us some time to talk about whatever you guys would like to talk about with me. I can finally have some time to focus on the chat during a cast. Now, as far as the players go, I don't know a lot of these guys. I don't know their skill level. I know Roach is very strong. I know Shulker is very strong, but I haven't seen the rest of them play frequently enough to be able to give you some insight on their skill level. We could see a woo-woo-woo here, though. Development needs to be careful. Get the other vills into the fight here. Going for the palisade trick, too. Oh, no. It's gotten way too complicated. There's the first woo-woo-woo. You just needed to use your other vills, man. Kamehameha. I thought we had everybody, dude. I'm so sorry. Everybody we had in the game room was rolled. So maybe at one point I just kept rolling because we didn't have the number of people. I will definitely save your spot for the future, dude. I'm sorry, it just now dawned on me as you said something in the chat. It's weird. I thought I had... Maybe I rolled 9 by accident. That's kind of the problem with community games, because if someone doesn't join within a couple minutes, I can lose track. Maka, if you don't have Voobly, I don't even use HD anymore. I understand that a lot of people want to get involved with the community games. What I would suggest, if you want to get involved in the future, is type !Voobly in the chat. And Voobly is a free client, and also there's a free patch. So you can actually play on the Voobly platform. You don't need to buy anything more. And if you have any questions with that patch, also suggest joining the Discord, which you'll see an image for below the stream. Just click that and you get a Discord invite. There's a tech support channel for any tech support issues you might have. Yes, Kamehameha, just let me know in the future. You know, if you're around, we're doing community games, just shoot me a message, just at me in the chat, and I would definitely save your spot, man. Well, we have archers for green. He's making some archers because they started with that archery range. It's going to be difficult to do any damage with the archers. Unless you're going to attack the wolves or something here, green. But, yeah, I mean, of course, most players will boom in this situation. It's a nap saying no. No. Not sure why that is. Finding the wood here is nice. So the alliances is very important because we're going to see a lot of booming. I think that if you're in Roach's position, you're obviously confident in your abilities. Clicking up to castle first, you might think about killing one of the people to your left or right and take their resources. When there's so much gold, it can really help out. But then again, you put a target on your back. Also, it's always good to have friendly allies. And if they tend to be the weaker player or the bottom score player, like It's a Nap right now doesn't have the highest score. So I would be thinking, you know what? It's a Nap probably wants a friend. So I'm going to contact It's a Nap and say, hey, listen, I have many talents. I have many goods that I can trade to you. And It's a Nap would say, okay, I can use those talents and I'll trade with you. And that's pretty much how it works. Historically, anyway. Except it was a lot more complex. And a lot more people died. But, yeah. So Roach killing everyone with the castle time. We'll probably add town centers. This is probably going to be a long game. Probably going to be a very, very long game. So, hope you guys are ready for the memes. We're going to have to create some memes during this. Town center for Roach might go up next to his woodline. He's also been scouting. You can see the middle of the map offers a little bit of extra stone and gold. The awkward thing is he's going to want to build TCs next to his main economy, but there's no wood there. And normally when you build a town center, you're building town centers next to wood lines. So your economy is spread out because you want to build the TCs here. We'll see what Roach does. He's probably going to be the best example. No movement just yet for him. There we go. There's the town center. Cartography really isn't a bad move. I should point out that this is not with Wololo Kingdoms. It's not with the HD balance because some of the players didn't have it. So we can't use the Wololo Kingdoms mod for the new civs. Let's see who Justin App has for friends. Pretty much everyone except Orange is allied with Justin App. Maybe Justin App senses Orange's presence, saw the scout, and wants to build a watchtower. Not a bad idea, especially when he has so much stone. That's a lot of stone. That's a lot of skirms too. So just some general advice here, because I know that we have a lot of different skill levels watching and playing. Justin App said that he only wanted to play if it was a team game. He only wanted to play with it as a team game because he felt like he would need to be carried and he wasn't quite as strong as some of the others. Well, first of all, a lot of these players play a lot and their skill's pretty impressive, even though they're not pros. But second of all, this is still pretty good for blue. I think that creating the skirmishers is a waste. It doesn't offer you much at this stage. Your goal should be getting to the castle age. And also the stone. The stone is also a waste because the stone is not needed at this stage either. Especially when you have a castle. But if you're going to build the T90 walls, that's one strategy. But that's just some general advice so you can get to the castle age faster in the future. Alright. Oh, other players reaching the castle age. And there's the town center on the stone and the wood in the middle. Glad to see T90 healthy-ish. Yeah, healthy-ish indeed, man. I was talking to my mom on the phone last night, and she goes, "What's wrong with you? Why do you sound sick?" And I thought I was fully healed, so I guess not. So I have to buy the game on Steam again to get the DLCs. Yeah, so 408, if you want the DLCs, you have to buy it on Steam, and then there's a free patch that you can use that will allow you to use the DLCs on Voobly as well. It doesn't cancel out Steam if you come to Voobly, by the way. I could still load up HD if I wanted to. but as a streamer, I have very little reason to do so because the performance is better, there's less drops, there's less desyncs, there's less pathing issues, and there's more features on Booble. So it's just a lot. Once you get used to it, it's just so much better. I'm trying to keep an eye on what's going on everywhere else. Just a lot of booming up right now. You can look at the populations on the bottom left to see their progress there. Orange is going crossbow. Building the second archery range as well, so maybe we'll see some villager deaths. I did research herbal medicine. Unfortunately, the upgrade takes about a week. So once I research herbal medicine completely, I'm pretty sure I'll be healed. Thank you, Saber. I didn't forget that upgrade in life. Well, I have to say, nice little base here for blue. Green has a crazy boom, as do some of the other players. And we're going to see some big battles with some classic AOC civs. Are we going to see Siege Rams and Arbalests for the Vikings player? Or are we going to see Berserks from the Vikings player? Are we going to see Aztecs with their Jaguar Warriors this game? Or is it going to be mainly Eagles and Arbalests? We could see full longbows from Shulker, though that'd be a bad idea being next to Aztecs. Blue, we could see full Siege Onagers from Celt. A very strong civ, of course, with Siege. Koreans, also a strong Siege civilization. Great for free-for-alls and for being defensive. The Chinese, you could see pretty much everything. You could see the Chukunu, you could see the Champion, you could see the Cavalier, you could see the Light Cav, you could see the Halberdier. They are not a one-trick pony, that's for sure. Mayans, Plumed Archers, Eagle Warriors, Rams. Lots of good stuff. And more importantly, are we going to see some King Snipes? Because if we see King Snipes, that's what we're all here for. Everyone better kill Roach. I agree, but look at Orange's population. Pretty solid. 53 population, and he's making military. He's getting all the right upgrades. So I think that right now, Roach and Orange need to be the players that people are going to team up on. Could you show us who has which allies? Yes, it's kind of complicated to do so, though. I'll go to Orange's point of view. So Orange doesn't have many friends. It's a rough life for him. And he's gonna kill Blue and Red's villagers here. He only has Teal as an ally, and Teal is on the other side. So that's odd. The problem, Snapes, is I can't go through every single player and talk about the alliances. It gets to be too confusing, and I'm not looking at the game then. A nice move from Red to build the castle, because he has no military right now. And these crossbows are going to go into no man's land. Let's take a look at Roach. Roach is allied with everyone but Orange. Okay. Typical. Typical. He has Karto, so he can see what everyone else is doing. Look at the house wall from Shulker. How many people with OCD are bothered by this? Look how staggered it is. Come on, Shulker. You're really annoying some people. Like, what's up with the weird wall here? Build it straight. I like the idea to wall in between himself and Roach, though. Because Roach is obviously a very strong player. We've seen him succeed in so many community games. Just very smart. I think Blue needs to start appealing for help already. I think Blue needs to either do that or relocate wood lines. I actually didn't realize this till now. Just a Nap has completely bypassed this wood. I guess Just a Nap didn't see this earlier. And went all the way down here. So this is not the end of the world. You just need to run away from this. Well, I think Shulker is trying to wall in this stone for himself. That's why he went with the house walls. They're not completed yet, but that's what I'm guessing. Shulker doesn't want to be sniped by Roach or he'll join Spoon. So was there an agreement that Shulker had to join your clan if he gets sniped by Roach? For those of you that don't know, Spoon is a clan that a lot of my regulars are in. I don't want to know the background behind that name. Don't tell me. I doubt it has anything to do with utensils, but regardless, they've tried to get me to join the clan, and I said, no, sorry. I don't join clans. It's the best response when you don't want to join someone's clan. Act like it's not just their clan you have a problem with. But, yeah, that's a big deal. Sometimes we'll have all spoon guys in a game. We'll have 8 people, it's all spoon. There'll be like 5 spoon specs. What's his name? Not Sean. Stan. If you've ever seen Stan in these games, he's the one who created that clan, I believe. Yeah, we could do a T90 clan. I bring so many people to Voobly. Half the people on Voobly would just have the T90 clan in front. But nah, I'm just not a clan guy. So, Imperial Age upgrade on the way for Roach, on the way for Oreo, and also on the way for Match. Oh, just a nap getting revenge with the scout! Kill the Bill! At this stage, kill-death ratio, look at that, and that's going to be a dead villager. Just Snap winning with the KD. The aggressive scout play. I like how Orange didn't even react. Doesn't even know what's going on. No big deal. Good reaction from Blue. I mean, Blue didn't send the villagers away. Upgrading Elite Skirmisher versus the crossbows. Oh, and I missed all of this. I'm sorry. This is quite a development at Development's base. And the name of the game is Defensive Castles for Development, apparently, because so many defensive castles. Orange is just being a jerk. Why are you killing people so early? This is supposed to be a peaceful game. This isn't war. What's this map? Yes, Tars is. It is. It is random everything. Look at the destruction here. He actually has a lot of vills. Development still has more vills than Orange, but it's just about where he has them and what he has them on. He's not in his gold now, and that castle's been denied. Man, the T90 walls are real from Shulker. He is not messing around here. Walled on both sides. I don't know what I've gotten myself into, because this could easily be a 5-hour game. And I've already been streaming for over 5 hours. But I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Roach taking this gold. Teal trying to decide if he should put Roach on enemy to take this gold, or just share it, I guess. Also, Roach has 4 relics. He just prioritizes those extra golds and prioritizes those relics so early. And he is Aztecs too. So with the extra relics, that'll be big for him. So I guess he has 2 monasteries. This will make it 5 relics for him. That hurts for everyone else. There's a potential for Orange to get these relics. And man, I mean, I've missed so much because it's almost like because there's so little going on, I'm missing a lot. If that makes any sense. It really doesn't when I say it, but in my head it does. Korean player being focused down by the Chinese player, and you know, Gray's only in the Castle Age. So though he does have war wagons, I don't know if war wagons will be enough for his Chukonus when they're elite Chukonus, and he doesn't have a lot of economy left. So early aggression from Purple, and like I said earlier on, if you are aggressive early, you can take all those resources from players. I don't know what happened here. Maybe the wolf got the better of Gray. Here Gray was, and Gray lost his villagers there as well. Probably wasn't expecting the backstab so early. So we have the attack there. Orange also just now getting his Imperial Age upgrades, and I think he's also going to go towards Gray. So we could have a Eargen sandwich, which sometimes happens in community games. No fault of his own, but people see him as a threat, and they're going to take him out. Prakik, the game settings is free-for-all, Diplo. Extreme random is the map. It is Regicide. So Regicide, Diplo, free-for-all. So the weak links right now seem to be red. blue, and gray. Still, there's an opportunity for them. But red was really a hit early on. But luckily, orange left his side. Maybe he will want to backstab orange. I'd love to see full Tarkan. Oh, yes, yes. I'd love to see full Tarkan from development. That'd be amazing. I'd prefer he goes to imp before he fights with these, but still would be cool. Push continues from purple. Look at the top corner. Oh. Oh. They did turn on one another. All right. Okay, we might see, yeah, some fighting between teal and between green. Sorry about bumping the mic there. Mayan Eagles versus Aztec Eagles. Actually, Mayan Eagles will win that with extra HP. Roach could be in trouble if he's versus Plumed Archers and Eagle Warriors that are stronger than his. He could be in trouble. But then again, it is Roach. He has a lot of relics. He has the Aztec relic bonus. As far as what we've seen in the past, I haven't seen a lot from Match. I've seen a lot from Roach, and I have faith that he'd be able to come back from that. So, you know, orange was still pushing here. You can see a lot of War Wagons went down versus the Pikeman Arbalest Skirm combo. And purple's still pushing here, and this is unfortunate. Oh, man. It's like ants. Where do these villagers go for gray? He needs to run past orange to flee, or he needs to run past purple. All of his economy here, 74 villagers. Just gonna run for it now, and try and make it out alive. And here goes the Trail of Tears, guys. This is what it looked like back in the day. Purple and orange are taking his land, and yeah, he just has to run as his friends and family just get chopped down. Disaster. But you know what? These villagers are quick, and he's gonna make it somewhere. I assume no one else is gonna kill him, but he's actually gonna be successful in fleeing. I like how the two knights are still chasing him. And look at this line of villagers. Like, how do they let this happen?
Yes.
Red, will you allow me refugee? Red says yes. Oh, man. In before Gray comes back and wins the game with Red. It'll be a better love story than Twilight. Even Blue defending with the skirmishers. Protecting the fleeing villagers. And great teamwork, guys. Great teamwork. Meanwhile, the fight still continues between Roach and Teal. Very annoying for me as a caster that we have green and we have teal fighting, and they're using the same units, so I can't really tell which is which. But Roach seems to have the advantage now. He's a lot more Eagle Warriors. Did 77 military. Unfortunately for Teal, he has picked the wrong guy to mess with, and he's only at 15 military, and he is going to lose his production buildings. Now keep in mind there is a king, and I actually forgot about that. Where did Gray send his king? I didn't control group that earlier. Oh no, what just happened? Oh my gosh, Shulker just killed Blue's king in the corner. Unreal, unreal, unreal. Oh man, Justin Knapp. If you had to guess where Justin Knapp's king was, would you have guessed here? Or would you have guessed walled in the corner next to all the castles? I feel like this would have been the first guess, and Shulker guessed correctly. But where's Gray's king? I completely forgot about Regicide. There it is. He is alive and well. Well, poor Blue, as Shulker has full-walled his base, run outside the gates, and has taken a victim already. Now, the weird thing about this, I guess they were allied and he ran through the gate, so maybe it's not so weird. Anyway, now the fight begins between purple and orange. It's very hard for me to focus on everything because in a normal game, there's structure to the action. There is no structure. There's just sneak attacks and backstabs in this. So, okay, is purple helping Teal, or is he trying to kill Teal? So far, purple's not attacking anyone, and Roach is destroying teal. Teal's at 70 pop. I thought purple was maybe gonna help. Yeah, okay. He's gonna try and defend teal. I like that move. I can respect this man. It's gonna be 2v1 versus Roach, though Roach is pretty much unmatched versus teal as it is. This fight still going on, and purple gonna run away. Gray is on his way to Imp with his one and only town center. It's an app says I wasn't finished yet. I was planning 4 more castles and like 20 more walls. T90 cry. There always has to be a first. Always has to be a first. Anytime Roach brings that up to you, just remind him of the time that he went to 0 years in King of the Hill and lost. So things have, what's the word? Stalled out here. And here, Roach has had huge success. Only 32 villagers for teal. And what? I'm missing everything! This is the game of miscasting. Oh, the Tarkans from red. I called it. I was hoping he'd go Tarkans. This is the payback. T90 wrecked, Orange. T90 wrecked. What a sick snipe. The Tarkan's running in, catching Orange with his pants down. Orange is forward trying to attack, and he gets wrecked by those Tarkans. Unbelievable. I didn't even see the movement on the minimap a minute ago when I looked down there. He ran in, killed the king. He's run back to his base, and back into the castles they go. Crazy, crazy stuff. Well played, man. Well played. And this is what I'm talking about. I would not have figured red would have been in a position to do that. And I would have been wrong. The community games, you almost need 5 casters. Now, I do see there's spectators here. A couple of the viewers are spectating and they're talking in the chat when things are happening to help me, but it's still going to be difficult. Let's look at different players now. Roach has plenty of gold. I don't think he's collecting any gold right now, so he's starting to trade. He is going to trade with Gray and or Shulker. Okay, that'll be interesting to watch. Shulker is still making that slow push to steal extra gold. And Roach does have the extra relics, of course. Now, Teal trying to reboom back into this game, and credit to him for doing so. Also credit to Purple for helping out here. I think it's a respectable move. And this should be a good situation for Purple because Orange is now dead. And there's a buffer in between him and Roach.
Yes.
We doing alright, Gray, says Red. Gray says yes. That's like kind of condescending, but also uplifting. But so far, those two are the dream team, I'd say. So we saw the strategy from Red already. He likes the Tarkans. He's also keeping them hidden, and he's building more castles. I think with full Tarkan, he would destroy Shulker if he went for him now. Shulker doesn't have any barracks. Okay, he's adding them. Without Halberdier, Shulker would die. Tarkans are really good against archers, so those longbows would die. Roach is starting a push now. Still 2v1 here. And he's gonna lose this push. The Plumed Archer's doing work. Also, the Chinese light cav, though they probably won't do too much damage here, they're actually very strong. Chinese light cav are better than some civilizations' hussars because they get full upgrades. Good hold from Teal. I think the trade should begin for some players if they want to be able to deal with the likes of Roach and the likes of Shulker in the late game. So we've had a few players killed off. It's going to get a bit more campy now as players want to start trading. We're 50 minutes in and this game has really only just begun. It's not going to be easy to snipe like we've seen. And I think Red knows that. Let's see how many resources he has. Jeez. He's not trading. He has 2 relics. And look how many castles he is building. That is just unreal. Now, I hope that he doesn't make a mistake and accidentally ungarrison his king into the fight. But he is sitting at 180 pop with plenty of resources to make more Tarkans. Problem is, he's putting all of his eggs in one basket. If someone finds that counter to the Tarkans, that's all I can make. Yeah, Roach is in Shulker's base because of the trade. Shulker has been pretty passive after killing Blue. But that's kind of what you would expect. Okay. How many people thought these were siege workshops? You were wrong. This is just 6 different castles from Shulker. Yeah, that's different. That's different. I still think he needs barracks down here, but he's banking up resources, and he obviously wants to go longbows. He's trading as well. 20 trade cards for Roach, 18 trade cards for Shulker, 18 trade cards for Gray. So what happens when you have all this stone on the map? Look at the castles for some of the other players. 6 castles for Roach, 7 castles for Red, and there are the Tarkans again. What I would love is to see Red mass the Tarkans, go into Purple's base, and destroy everything. Because Purple's not expecting that. He is not expecting that at all. He's fighting here. Or just run through Shulker's base and do it to him, or even basically anyone except your ally here. If you're Red, I would like to see that. Obviously considering it. Yeah, they don't stream snipe. Stream sniping has been pretty obvious in the past. Especially the regulars on the stream, they definitely don't stream snipe. I used to have issues with that, but if I sent stream sniping, I normally message the players after the game and talk to them about it, and they can like tell me, hey, you know, it's just coincidence, blah blah blah, and it's fine. But if anyone stream snipes, they never get to play again, so. Red says, want me to get purple. Well, Roach says yes, so he's communicating to Roach. And he's also communicating to Shulker. So, this is when his Emmy is just passing is useful. This is totally a just passing moment. The Tarkans are just gonna run right by. Just passing, bro. Totally not here to do any damage to you. Now, I probably would have sent my Tarkans this way if I was going after Purple. He's currently allied with Purple, by the way. I love the refugee camp of Gray. Yeah. Well, he has trade, and I think he'll be fine, as long as no one kills him for a while. Hold on. Is Roach getting tricked? Is this actually going to be a just passing moment? Look where the Tarkans are going. They're going towards Roach's base. See Roach's point of view. Sorry for that. Oh, the Chukunus are in his trade. I don't think he spotted that. You can see he's trying to deal with that. And now the Tarkans are going in after him. This would be one of the best just passing moments. Development just says, oops, and changes him immediately to enemy. Also, gets treason so we can figure out where the king goes. Here's the problem, though. It might be a lot of castles to hide it for Roach, but he can only hide for so long. These are Tarkans. They're going to kill every single castle, and they are going to chase this king down. And with treason, he will see where the king goes every single time. And this is a just passing moment that was executed to perfection. This is where the king is for Roach. And Shulker says, good luck, Roach. And this is probably going to be the end of him. This is probably going to be the end of Roach's life. This king, he's lived a good life. Oh man, he's getting away, but he's running in the complete opposite direction he needs to run. Everyone with the just passings in the chat. This is where the king's going, into this castle. But this is where teal and this is where purple is. I have to say, this has been a long time coming, Roach. Every time you play a community game, every single time, no one ever does this to you. And, well, they're going to do it to you this time. And it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot. Meanwhile, Shulker having to deal with Purple's light cav. I'm still gonna follow Roach's king though. he's not gonna give up. With 5 relics, 25 trade cards, he is not gonna give up. And red is going after it again. Oh man. The king is faster than a dude on a horse. It's a slim dude on a horse too. This is a chubby king. And you might be thinking, well, that's ridiculous and unrealistic. It's totally realistic. You just didn't live back then. This is just how life was. Roach is still alive. He still has castles to go to. Development says, why fat guy so fast? Now, what would be really sick is if someone goes after red while he's chasing this king down. Roach is going to be back in his castle, and he might be able to stay alive here. Here come more Tarkins. This is the great chase. The great king chase. Well, this is why you need a ranged unit. If he had 50 Tarkins and 20 CA, this would be done. The king would be dead. I've said it so many times to this stream that you need a ranged unit, and still you have people go with melee units and try and kill kings. Here are the longbows. Unfortunately, the longbows don't really help too much. Okay, now, Shulker has an opportunity to kill this king, but the king has run away. Red hasn't realized. Roach, he's gonna stay in this game. Now, look at Shulker's base down here. I wonder where his king is. I'm not sure, honestly. I wouldn't be able to guess. Building many production buildings. He needs Roach alive for the trade. Great defense from Roach. However, he is now going to be pressured from this area, and they'll potentially lose their trade. What I would do if I was Teal, I'd build a siege workshop here and then send rams there. And oh, yep. Actually, the plumed archers are in the trade, so they've deleted their markets to save the trade cards. You could say that is Papa Roach's last resort. Oh man. Oh man. You could also say there's a lot of scars for Papa Roach. T90 dad. So Gray has just been concerned with killing Orange's old base. Maybe he's been so angry about this guy and what he did to him earlier, he wants to come back here and kill all of this. He does have a little bit more going for him at the moment, though he is dealing with those pesky light cav for purple. Look at purple's kill death ratio. I'm guessing a lot of that was because of the light cav. Light cav have been doing work. I don't know any other Papa Roach songs, so unfortunately I can't add on to that joke. I'm not sure where Shulker's going with his light cav. Or why he's doing that with his vills. Well, the Roach-Shulker combo kind of struggling right now. The Roach still has his trade cards alive, but he's lost this corner, and that means that Purple and Teal can trade. And that's another love story, because Purple did save Teal earlier on. I assume that Red's going to have a mess of Tarkins back at home once again. Yes, he does. And oh man. It never ends. It never ends. Alright, so let's toggle through resources. Roach doesn't have much. Its an app is unfortunately dead. Orange is also dead. They died with a lot of resource. Lots of res for red, however, no trade carts. He needs to consider that. With plenty of Tarkins, though, he's going to go down here. Shulker going to try... Pretty sure Shulker wants to kill Gray. Watch how fast these longbows die. The Tarkins. Tarkins are so good. I'm pretty sure it's 4 shots to kill a longbow. I haven't even seen a Tarkin go down yet. It's a good defensive play from Red to save Gray. The refugee dream is still alive. Resources for... that's just ridiculous. Like, someone needs to tax Shulker. Look how much gold he has. That's just crazy. Alright, Teal is struggling for resources. Gray obviously struggling for resources. Purple struggling for resources. So, really, for the most part, it's just Shulker. And The scary thing about that is he could die to these Tarkins if Red wanted to go after him. All these castles could be killed by the Tarkins, but that's not the main focus. Main focus is going to be Roach once again. Our Roach has a ton of pikemen. These are Aztec pikemen, so they have 4+8. Right, he's still surrounded. Yes. And credit to Red for not giving up. You set your mind to do something in life, even if it is killing another human being, it's okay. As long as you finish the job. And this castle is... it's not being attacked. It's convenient he has the house and the mining camp there. Might just be a just passing moment where he baits him and kills all the Eco down here. I don't know. Also, that might not be where Roach has his king. Yeah, he does have it there. Alright. I think Shulker at this stage is just trying to avoid conflict. He wants to save his resources and let Roach die. Let everyone die until it's a 1v1. The king's still in the castle. The king's gonna have to hop out and... oh man, look at that. That one spot. Now the Tarkins... no, they've clicked the villager instead. The misclick. But purple's here too. This is Roach's king. Nobody sees it. Okay, now purple sees the king. He does have Chukunus here, and Roach is done. The teamwork between red and purple, and, well, a lot of individuals, have finished off Roach. Well, thank God. We really needed some moderators in the chat, so good to have you back, Roach. Just kidding. He says, damn you, T90, all your fault. Yeah, it's my fault because I tell everyone to kill you. It's alright, you're going to be the victim for the next couple community games, and then Shulker will be the next victim, because look at this guy, man. He had no intention of saving you. Look at his resources. This is how it goes. This is why I say it's like episodes on a TV show, because the characters develop, the relationships develop each and every community game. And then the next person, for sure, that's going to be picked on in this community is going to be Shulker. Is all these castles down here untouched? Is he still trading with your market, Roach? I guess he was. But yeah, crazy game. That was a great just passing moment from Red. We're going to give him the kill there. Even though he didn't kill Mr. Roach. Let's look at the betting odds now, because Roach is normally pretty high up on the bets. 47% bet on Roach. Of the players we have left, 3.6% bet on Red. 15% bet on Shulker. 8% bet on Oreo. 3% bet on Gray. And 0.8% bet on Teal. So either way, there's going to be a pretty good payout. So Shulker was the first to kill someone, and he went for the weak link. And now I think he's going to go for the weak link again and go for Gray. But the thing that is really intriguing is Shulker is going for full longbows. And longbows are an incredibly overrated unit, especially when everyone has a lot of resources. The longbows without halbs in front are going to get destroyed. But maybe that's not what Shulker's going for. Maybe he's not going for his one push to victory. Maybe instead, he is going to just go for the snipe with his Britain range. Teal remembered his plumes in the mid, killing Red Vills. Oh, okay. Yeah, Red's economy is harassed. Thank you, Heisenholf. Heisenholf is the best co-caster. So, watch as Shulker tries to sneak forward. Like he's... what is he, going to Orange's base? No, man. There's no way you can disguise this. I assume Red is going to destroy him. The problem really is that Red doesn't have the resources Shulker does. Yeah, okay, so Red sees it. Have you seen a Tarkin die yet? There's one. This entire army's dead without meat. It's just dead. Oh man, this is like when you say, when someone does something dumb with their money and you say, oh, they're rich, they have tons of money to get rid of and waste. This is the example here. This is Shulker. Shulker is a rich man. He doesn't know how to handle his money. Because what a freaking waste, man. There's no way it's ever gonna work for you. Great cleanup from Red. just a picture-perfect example of T90 wrecked. And it sucks for him because he's actually getting pressured on the rest of his eco by teal and purple. So this is going to be potentially a 4v1 if Gray gets involved versus Shulker. Holy shock, I have no way of knowing if it'll go to YouTube. I don't make plans mid-game. I make the plans after the game and after the week, so I can't promise you that. But you could definitely say hi, YouTube, if you want. Osteroin? Osteroin? That sounds right. Osteroin, thank you, man. Thanks for the support. What show? Is this a sacrifice to Red? Is this like, hey, Red, forgive me. I'm sorry, let's be friends? Speaking of throwing away units, Shulker, what in the world, man? Red says, I accept your tribute. Oh, he didn't say anything about it, right? Nah, it was probably a misclick. Well, that's funny. You can hear the trebs from Shulker. What he really needs is halbs and longbows. But I think Shulker is just gonna die to better civs now. Mayans, in my opinion, are just better because they get siege ram. Britons can't deal with that. Huns, arguably better because the Tarkans can kill all the longbows. So Shulker's really, his only play is to appeal for help, and he's already made too many enemies. He's at the end of his life, and he regrets the decisions he has made. Because he is... All of his villas here are collecting wood. I think eventually the food and the gold count will just disappear for him, as he has no relics, and everything has been pushed into this corner. Now Red... Hold on. Red is going out for the snipe. So maybe Shulker has an opportunity now. This would be the time. Now, I don't know where Red is going. That's the thing. He's going towards purple and he's going towards teal. Now let's try and check for their kings quickly. Oh no. Teal. Dude. You realize, yes, Gray pushing on perp. Yes, Gray is pushing down here. But teal. Please tell me you see the Tarkans. Please tell me you know this is coming. Because if you don't, you're in trouble, pal. You don't have anything here to defend. You're pushing yellow. And in a weird twist of events, this attack is actually helping Shulker. Okay, teal sees it. But don't forget about your king, man. Don't forget about your king. The Tarkan strategy so far has worked so freaking well for development. I don't know if he chose Huns or what. It might have been random, but the king's gonna hop out of here soon. And there's the king. Does he realize this? I don't know if he's realized. Okay, he has realized this. He says, oh ho. And he has to run. And now purple has a chance to kill him. Roach doesn't have any lingering units around, but the king is running and red is chasing. I'm going for another scalp. Now, meanwhile, here comes the... Oh, geez, this could be it. Shulker could redeem himself here. Shulker has all these trebs. They're only going to get a few shots off. And he's going for the castle. He's going to get this castle. He has 12 range. Can he kill the king? Nope, the king goes right into this castle. All you need to do is select your castles and set the garrison point in all the other castles you have. And yeah, this is just another dead army for Shulker. Now, Siege Onager for Gray, and he's pushing back against purple. It is like he took it personally earlier when he was cleaned up off of this area. This is where teal has his king now. Purple trying to help. The Tarkans are just too fast. It's still so difficult to kill these kings. And there goes the king once more. He's gonna run into his own trade carts. And... No, Red, what are you doing? You had a chance to get a few shots. Oh, king's gonna get away again. This is Roach 2.0. Roach didn't survive. Will Teal survive? Man, look at the KD for Shulker. He has 460 units lost. I mean, I guess he's the only guy left that doesn't have a teammate, but I feel like his own decisions put him in that hole. New castle, what do you know? Only 3 castles left for Teal. Red asking him to run slower. I don't know if the king would be able to hear that comment through all the huffing and puffing as he tries to outrun horses. This castle's gonna die, once again. Or at the very least, the king will ungarrison. And there it goes. And it's off to the races, to the other side. Red's gonna chase. Red actually got a hit. You got one. No, Teal. Teal. Dude, you're king. Oh, so close. So close to losing that king. 30 HP. Okay, so the fight continues versus Gray and Purple, which is slowly stalling Shulker's death. Shulker has 165 military and 18 bills. He's almost a 200 pop military, and he is not giving up. Sorry, T90, wife is making me watch the latest episode of this. Wait, wife is making me watch the last episode of This Is Us. Gotta run. Oh, okay. Yeah, no problem, dude. No problem. You can check the VOD. Well, development might be owning this game, but with this many halberdiers, I think Shulker might have the key to victory. That's a lot of halbs. If Shulker plays it right and has the halbs in front, halbs are of course the most important thing here, and I don't know if Red can fight that. This is how you play Britons. You can't just go full longbow. This is also how you play Huns. You just run away. I love how he just run away. And you know what? He might just go for the castle. I don't think he'll kill the king because there's so many castles, but look at Shulker trying to deal with that. Yeah, Red definitely seems like the MVP of this game. Let's see the Tarkans kill this castle. Shulker has 9 castles, so at least with castle kills, Red will have the lead. There's so much castle fire, I think the Tarkans will die a lot faster than you think. And all the upgrades are here for the HP too, so it's 7,000 HP a castle. Red says, I'll be back. I'll be back. And yeah, still not sure what he's up to. I think the best thing for this game would be for Gray to forget about Purple and focus on Shulker. And if he focuses on Shulker, well, maybe he doesn't have a chance to, but I'd love to see some Siege Onager shots. That would be sweet! Yeah, Purple has looped the entire way around. And somehow he's made his way to Gray again. They've done a full circle because Gray is also attacking Purple down here. Gray probably lacking the golds. I guess he has the resources, just lacking the numbers. And his king is... Oh, in Red's castle, okay. So at least that will stay alive. Teal and Purple look very, very strong. They have the trade. Who will turn first? I assume this is where Teal has his king now. Let's check Purple's king quickly. Okay, it's in that very first castle. He's popped the 200. The skirmisher is now for Red. He said he'd be back, and here he is. Yeah, this is going to be tough to deal with. And it's not like... I don't know, it's interesting because Shulker has so much army that it's not going to be easy for him to replenish his army over time. So it's almost worth it to throw trash units to this army, even though there might be a more favorable trade for Shulker. Gray has appeared with his halberdiers, but there are skirmishers and there are Chukunus there. I'm still surprised Shulker with 1 TC has that many resources, but you gotta think, he doesn't have any working farms, right? So, he's not gonna be able to create halbs after a while. Hard to follow Red's Tarkans. I don't know where he sent them. Oh, he's over here. Okay. I think what would be really good is Siege Ram. Siege Ram is something that everyone needs to consider if they have it. Shulker pushing in, man. Red says spam that like button. And let's see if Red is able to defend from this now. Will Shulker's 180 military push be successful as he sends in yet more trebuchets? He has no friends. He only has faith that he can do this. And the Tarkans are gonna kill some trebuchets here. Poor positioning with these units. When the longbows have the range, you want them behind, and trebuchets as well. Still, I feel like Shulker might win just because of pure numbers, and the fact that Red just wasted a lot of his army there. Shulker chasing him down. Stalemate on the right-hand side. Poor Gray is losing everything. He's gonna have to be a refugee once more. Though he does have a base over here now. Again. Well, let's see where the king is for Red. Trebuchet is not going to stay alive to kill a castle. Nope! Not going to kill that castle. Might ungarrison it. But all the Trebs are going to die. That one's on 5 HP. And Shulker went from 180 military a while ago. He's at 50 now. Red is actually ahead of him. And once again, Britons cannot push, man. Britons cannot push. And now it's really gonna hurt Shulker because he realizes he doesn't have vills. This is his economy. This is gonna get more and more difficult to add units. Yeah, when I have to admit, when I saw Red building all these castles in the same spot, I thought it was kind of a dumb move. But he has really shown us how to do this. If it was Wololo Kingdoms, he probably would be building Tarkans from the stables. But who needs stables when you can build castles? Shulker says, I hate Britons. Also, development is also kind of savage. He says, I'm starting to like them. Yeah, probably referring to Shulker's comment. I would like them too in this situation. I think Shulker ostracized his friends, and he's paying the price for it, because he had an opportunity to be friends with Red earlier, right? Gray still has his king here. He's surprisingly at 145 pop, because he's adding town centers elsewhere. So way to stick with it, dude. Also, his trade carts are right next to Shulker. And he is sending the trade where? Oh, to Red. He's actually getting some trade. Shulker not killing that. Yeah, Teal saying no arson because it's not the HD balance, but even with arson, these castles, 11 plus 3 attack, and there's 7 of them, or 8 of them. Yeah, that's gonna hurt. You need rams. The cool thing about rams is they have a splash damage too, so you're attacking one of these castles that might do damage to the ones neighboring it. What is Red's resources like? Okay, I'll show you. I just cry every time I go to Roach's point of view and he has all those resources. Hey, Red has more than enough in the way of resources. More than enough. He's definitely been the talking point in this game. I say more than enough because he does have relics. He now has 3 relics. Also, he has enough food and enough wood to sell for days. Or I guess years if you're talking Age of Empires. Let's look at Teal, because Teal has been trading with Purple. And yeah, that's got to be the most resources in the game. Look at Purple. And Purple lacking the food, but he has a crazy amount of gold. Well, I can tell you guys this is going to be the last game of the stream, most likely, because this has turned into a long one. I thought with Extreme Random it would be a short one, but I was wrong. Impressive play from Teal and Purple throughout this whole game. It's almost been so solid from Purple that hasn't been any huge talking points. It's been a slow, solid progression of a push across the map. They might go after Red now. Nobody likes this guy. Well, then again, Red did try to kill Teal's king earlier. Forgot about that. Finally, Gray has a siege workshop. I'd love to see some Korean siege onager shots. Well, Teal going straight for the castles. Last time he went for Shulker's castle. This time he's going after Red's. Red sending his military back. Oh, there's an SO shot for you. Okay, Gray, there's potential here. There's such potential here. Gray, potential. So much. Oh! Nothing came from it. They should be able to hold for Seas Eagle Warriors. I think all the skirmishers should die. But I think if the Tarkins continue to come out and there's no reinforcements from Teal, they should be able to kill it all. Oh man, the onager shot! Come on, get the skirms! Get the skirms! No! Denied. Well, the reason that Teal and Purple have been able to have so much success is because they're building forward military buildings. Purple did that with castles and workshops and ranges, and then we see the barracks there from Teal. It's just not possible to do that without forward production buildings. What are we going to see from Shulker now? Shulker just protecting his base, massing up to 125 military again. He almost needs to do that as Britons, because they're just so bad at pushing in late game. They're good in 1v1s late game. They're good in 1v1s in general, I'd say. But, yeah, I just don't see that working out for him unless he kills kings. And Red's under pressure, man. He is under pressure. Maybe he doesn't have the amount of gold I thought. He's not selling as much as I thought he would. Also, his economy's here, and this could be killed. Keep in mind that Teal and Purple are trading this entire time. Red is not trading. Only Gray's trading with him. It's not as efficient. It looks like a 2v1 here. Shulker has a chance to breathe, but Red, the MVP of this game so far. I don't know about MVP, but certainly has brought us the biggest talking points. He is going to be under pressure, and I think he might die. Because he doesn't have gold. There's Eagles, there's Chukanus, there's Plumed Archers, there's Cavalier, and there's Rams. And the Rams are the real deal breaker. That's what Shulker didn't have. And all these production buildings will go down, and then all that will be remaining are these castles. This is BRB AFK. I don't know if he's joking, or he actually had some legitimate business to attend to. But that's not good. That is not good, regardless of whether he is here or not. Okay, so looks like Shulker is going to avoid his death once again. If Red dies, Gray will probably die then as well. I have to think that it's going to turn into Purple, Teal, and Shulker. Shulker, unfortunately, is not in a position to snipe. If he had fast units, he could run them. If these were on horses, that'd be extremely OP, but it'd be good for him because he could run across the map to snipe. He just can't do that. He just can't do that. So I feel like he will eventually die too. The only possibility is maybe Teal and Purple get restless and they decide to snipe one another, and then Shulker will have an opportunity. But it looks like Red is going to die eventually here. Twisted97, thank you for 10 months, man. Welcome back. How's your night going? How's your day going? I've been live for almost 7 hours. I'm hungry. I'm getting to be pretty tired. Maybe Red was AFK. It looked like he was creating hussars to me, but he could have keyed them up before he left. Still, he's coming back and he's alive. But what does he have? Yeah, can you imagine? Can you imagine these guys on horses with thumb ring? Well, let's see what Shulker can do with his 150 military. He's gonna kill these units here. No problem. They won't even get close to him. Now imagine if there were 10 siege rams there. That'd be completely different. I subbed like a week ago. Yeah, Twisted. After you sub sometimes, you have to refresh the stream to announce it. I think it's good they do that. But thank you for that, man. Both kings are in this castle, I'll remind you. Both Gray and Red's king. Gray has pulled back from this side. The castle's finally dropped. And Red is losing more and more numbers here. More and more population. 115 pop. Gray is at 115 pop as well. And they don't have the trade. Well, Roach, you dying really hurt Shulker, because if Shulker had trade, maybe he could contribute more. He still has the resources. I'm just not confident. Hold on a second. Is this funky business from Red? Oh, this is funky business from Red. I'm pretty sure Red just ungarrisoned Gray's king somewhere. Oh, it's here. Okay. I thought because Red typed all. So he said that to everyone. He said, Gray, did you take your king back? And I remember they were both in this castle. And I thought that maybe Red had ungarrisoned the king into the Eagle Warriors. It'd be kind of a jerk move. But he's been very vocal. And he's been doing it all for the stream this game. So it wouldn't have surprised me too much. So, like, here, do not... No, listen. Don't fight with this many castles here. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just wait for the Rams, guys. Just wait for the Rams. No need to throw away these units. I guess if they have all the resources in the world, it'll happen eventually for them. I love how the trade from Red and Gray are running through the castles, too. It's pretty funny. Shulker's still not moving. I think Red has kind of talked his way, acted his way into death now. Hey buddy, just started playing this game again after so many years. I'm trying to get better at this game and watching lots of your videos on YouTube. Any tips as to where to start to get better? First of all, that's awesome. Jizo, I'll call you, I guess. Jizo, that's awesome, man. So here's the deal. The big thing that newer players don't really recognize is they need to use hotkeys. So, like, every single thing that I'm doing right now is a hotkey. I'm not using my mouse at all. So you need to learn hotkeys. It takes some time. I would say if you play consistently for a week or two, you get used to most of them. Just make sure every single thing that you're doing that doesn't need a mouse click, you're not using a mouse click for. That's a big thing that separates newer players. Another thing would be... keeping your TC working at all times. You never want idle TC time. You always want to be creating villagers. Especially in the early game. Once you get to this stage as purple, you're not creating builds. So basically just keeping builds created at all times. And then also practice basic build orders. Like fast castle, maybe scouts. Just work with those three things together and you will improve tenfold in no time. Now... if you want build orders, I think if you type !builds, it still links you build orders. There are a bunch of different build orders on that link, and it's spelled out, not even the build order, but also what you should do after you execute the build order. So those are the big three things, man. And just understand that even though the game is incredibly complicated and there's a very high skill gap, that just means that there's very many small steps that you have to take to slowly improve. So you can always improve at this game. Don't feel like you're not improving, because if you're playing, you're probably slowly improving if you're trying to do so. So Red is at 50 population. And this is where his king is. This is where Gray's king is. They're still hanging in here. Shulker has moved 10 tiles forward, I think. Maybe he didn't move at all. I don't know. I don't know what he's up to. But purple and teal have done so well this game. Purple probably better than teal. But look at that kill death ratio for purple. He has just been destroying it. And he's even added the Chinese scorpions here. And they're finally adding in the siege now too.
Yes.
Yeah, and also if you're playing relatively consistently or ever want people to play with, join the Discord. The Discord is below the stream. There's a Discord image. Click that and it should give you an invite. And you can access that on your mobile phone. So if you wanted to say, hey, Shulker, do you want to play a game at 2 o'clock? You could, do that on your phone. Also, there's a games channel there. So if you're ever looking for games, you can always go there. So that's where the community stays connected when I'm not online. I definitely recommend. We have 900 people here. Definitely recommend if you're not in the Discord, if you are interested in staying involved or getting questions answered, to join the Discord. New to Voobly, what client should I be using? It'd be Voobly. So again, that's on a command, ! Voobly. Basically, long story short, Voobly was where people played before HD came out, and HD is very buggy. HD lacks features. I mean, I could go on and on and on. So all casters, they use the Voobly platform. All players, once they... if you're playing this game a lot, you should always play on Voobly, in my opinion. But once players get to like maybe 1900 plus on HD, they definitely should come here. Yeah, it sucks what HD turned into, but it is what it is. If you, again, have any questions about the Voobly setup, because that link should give you the info, you can just go to the technical support room on Discord. I'm here for the HD hate. I feel like hate is a word you use when something isn't true, right? I totally don't hate HD. It's just a disappointment. That's all. I think people forget that I played over 4,000 hours on the HD edition. I don't even want to know how many hours I've spent on Voobly casting, and how many hours I've spent on Voobly playing. Well, this is getting to be a bit ridiculous now, but the castles will slowly fall. They're just relocating their kings back here. Shulker, he's coming in now. Maybe he's going to try and help out and finish off Red. A Red, very exciting move earlier, killing Roach, or assisting in that kill. And it's been pretty exciting all game, but I think it's the end of it for him. What ratings are these guys? It varies. And a lot of players don't use Voobly that often. They mainly use it for the community games here, so it's often inaccurate too. But I can definitely show you after the game if you're interested. And also on Voobly, there's different lobbies for newer players or like better players, and different rating ladders too. So, Gray's right here. I hope Shulker saw that and just let it go, because that's a pretty big slip up. Gray's king just trotted right by. This is probably where Red is. Let's see. Yeah, this is where Red is. I don't think he's going to be able to make it out alive. There he goes! There he goes! This is going to be so close for him. I think he's just going to stall, and this will be it for him. He hopped into the tower now. Shulker using his longbows to assist. Actually, Shulker is attacking some of Teal and some of Purple's units. But yeah, King's in here. We'll see if the King runs away. Red might be the kind of guy to just run away and, run around for the rest of the game. Very close to losing this. Hal might get one more shot, but yeah, he can run. But he's out of this game. So it sucks for Shulker, because he's not creating units out of his archery ranges or out of his barracks or out of his siege workshops. He's creating them out of castles for the most part. So he needs to get over here somehow. And the other times he's tried to push out have been unsuccessful. Where's Gray at, by the way? What is he doing with his king? Oh, he's in Shulker's castle. Okay. So they were friends. So we can kind of see where this game's going. Red's gonna play hide and go seek, force everyone to waste their gold, getting treason. You can see they're doing that as Teal chases this guy down. This is where he was when he researched treason, so now it's over here. Purple, the teamwork from Purple and Teal has been incredible this entire game. They've had it on lockdown. That mini-map is just covered in Teal and Purple. Red's going to continue to run, though. Red's going to continue to run. But I want to just look and see if Teal and Purple are planning backstab attempts. I don't think so. A backstab attempt would be pretty good. And at this stage... Oh, okay, Purple has petards here. I'm not sure why he has them here, but he does have petards, which would go for a castle kill. And he also has rams here, too. And Purple, if he were to switch now, he might be able to kill Teal's king. Where's Red at? Red is here. In before he runs into a castle. What's up, Hank? Hi, I'm new here. This channel is dedicated to Age of Empires 2. Yes, Awesome it is. Age of Empires 2 and dad jokes, but don't tell anybody about the dad jokes. We don't want that to be too obvious. Not mainly Age of Empires 2. If I ever have plans for changing anything up in the future, I'd let you know. Red is just gonna stay alive, but that's all he's doing. I don't think he has many villagers working. If they are, they're over here, and he's not sending them anywhere else. Osterine, I do not play Age of Empires 3. I barely played it, and I was never really a fan of it. That's the short answer. I just think that it's so different, and it doesn't have the same exciting elements of Age of Empires 2. So this is Shulker's point of view. You just hear his world burning, but he's not going to attack because he knows he's going to die if he does. So he's going to camp. I like how Purple missed walling the far side of the map. You mean this here? I'm not quite sure which wall you're referring to. There's a lot going on here. And the far side of the map depends which side you're looking at originally. Like, if you're looking at the left, then the right is the far side of the map. If you're looking at the right, then the left is the far side of the map. So he did start on the right. But yeah, Red is out of the game. Gray is probably out of the game. So, if you're out of the game, what do? You go king sniping. And Gray is going to be that legend to try that. He has trebuchets. He also has the heavy cavalry archers. And he's going to go try and snipe. Roach, I don't know if this is you, but I see you typing in the chat as I'm getting lag here. So it's possible that your tabbing out is causing the lag, because I know you're still in the game. Red was just killed right there. And GG Red. I know it's a pain, Roach, that you can't tab out and talk in the chat. But, like, the way it works, chat, is if the host leaves, then the spectating stops. Yep, King is dead. Red is dead. No more for him. No redemption. Okay, Roach. I'm just saying. I don't know who it is. It was an idea. Just a quinky dink. They're gonna go for Shulker now. Shulker is quite literally saying with his actions, come at me. Now, if I was Shulker, I would have researched Onager. If I wanted to play this style, which I never would. But let's say I'm Shulker. I'm playing this style, I would build walls in between the castles, and I'd have 10 onagers behind. So it would force them to go trebuchets. It would force them to go trebuchets. Because if they send in any units or any rams, the onagers would kill that. But, yeah, this is the power of the siege rams here. Able to kill buildings with all these longbows close by. And look at the longbows going down because they're distracted by the siege rams. This is why you always go siege rams versus Britons. And many people say that if AoE3 was named something else, it wasn't Age of Empires 3. Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at this. If it was named something else, then maybe the Age 2 fans wouldn't have been so turned off by it. Like, if they would have named it something not a part of the Age series, people wouldn't have been so turned off. But I think because it was so different, it just didn't feel like Age anymore to people. For me, I just never really played it a lot. And Age of Empires 2 has always been interesting to me. So I've never really had any reason to play any other games over the past couple years. If this works, I'm gonna lose my mind. Gray's at 130 pop. He has no friends, no allies. Red is dead. Purple's probably focusing on Shulker. Alright, this moment will be all silence. The hype is too real. Fire, thank you for the host. Did he delete that? Fire, did you just use your powers to kill that siege onager? We're in the middle of a very crazy community game. And we're focusing on this. Best player in the game, right here. And we have a sneak attack. I don't want to say much because there's always that chance that someone is listening. And, okay, someone saw it. Either Teal saw it or Purple saw it. They're communicating with each other. And the king is no longer there. King is no longer there. King has run away, and there it goes, and nope. Denied. Good awareness from Purple. And unfortunately for Gray, he doesn't have a lot of resources. He's been found out now. He couldn't sneak in, and that's the end of that. The king gonna won't be trapped out here. Gonna hide in that castle, I guess. Well, Fire, I hope you had good games, man. This is probably the last game for me. If you're watching Fire, if you're coming from Fire's stream and you've never heard of me before, I'm an Age of Empires 2 caster, obviously. We did King of the Desert earlier. A lot of great games between Slam and Melkor, and now we are getting ready for Thanksgiving tomorrow and chilling out and casting this as well. Gray's just resigned. That was his only attempt. Are you not afraid of stream hack while you spectate? That wasn't a stream cheat. And like I said, if it does happen, then that player just doesn't play anymore, because normally it's pretty obvious. That was fully in his line of sight, and there's two players that could have potential to see that, so not really that surprising that it was found out. I've definitely had instances where people have done that, and they never played before. Or never played again, sorry. So now there's 3 players left. Shulker's been sitting in this corner for most of the game. Whoa. I didn't know he had a base over here. I did not know he had a base over here. And going back to the mobility thing we talked about, Cav archers are more mobile. They're not good as Britons, but they're more mobile, which is why he might be doing this. And they're all trying to kill Shulker's king. It's a 2v1. And credit to Shulker for recognizing he's not going to win that fight. He's going to try and win it in another way. If you're leaving now, I should stream. Fire's like, oh yeah, host me back, brother. Host me back. This could work. This could work. Okay, Teal sees it. The king hasn't run yet. Now, if you're Shulker, you don't fight anything here. You just run. No, Teal hasn't realized. I think he just clicked away towards something else. I think he's trying to send his army towards the fight at Shulker's base. Shulker could get the snipe here. The king has gone that way, though. Shulker needs to run past all this. Oh, can he catch it? Will he have enough left? Teal doesn't have anything here. He doesn't have anything here. And the Cav Archers are chasing. Oh, the quick wall from Teal, unsuccessful. No. Dude, keep moving your king. Oh, man. So, before, if you're just getting here from Firestream, this has been a very long game. And what has happened in the past is players use Tarkins and some melee units to try and kill these kings. But now there's a ranged unit, and this king's gonna die! He's got it! That's crazy! That is... That's crazy! So now it's gotta be GG, right? Like, surely there's no way that Shulker can snipe anybody else, but man, what a finish it will be after that snipe. Oh, wow, well played from Shulker. He has nothing left, guys. He's at his 59 vills, 28 military. He barely has population, barely has food. This is his only eco left. And he made Britain cavalry archers and was able to snipe. Wow, that's just insane stuff right there. His king is way back here. And I think he's slowly gonna die. Purple can trade for days now with Teal. No one can kill those markets. And that should be it. Eventually it should be it. Unless Shulker has another surprise planned. This guy always surprises us, Shulker. Always surprises us. And to be fair to him, there's not much else he could have done when he lost his ally he was trading with. And his Britons. Because you can't make a big push versus all these civs he's playing against his Britons. They're just too weak versus Rams and the different compositions. This is basically what he needed to do, and you can't snipe easily with longbows because they're so slow, but he was able to do it with a heavy cavalry archer of all things after 2 hours. And maybe he'll get the silver medal. I kind of wish Purple would have said how many resources he has, because if he would have said, hey, I have 10k gold, and Shulker has 200 gold, then maybe Shulker would call it, but maybe Purple wants to earn this victory. Yeah, Shulker should die. Maybe Roach can go for a snipe again. I don't know where the king is for Purple. Yeah, it's in this castle. And there's no way Shulker's getting across the map for that. Purple has, in my opinion, been the MVP this game. He has just destroyed 1,600 units killed, 873 units lost. Yep, Gray resigned after his failed snipe. Well, Shulker went for a snipe before he was probably dead. We saw the same from Gray. I think that's the way to do it. Because remember, there's one unit, just one unit, that can separate the best player in the game from the worst player, and it's the king. The best player loses the king. It doesn't matter how good he is. I think Purple does have buildings here. He just has to get upgrades and take some time. He's fully popped. He has 140 military. He did have military over here earlier. Like, this is not easy to keep track of, guys, so he probably has 40-50 population just scattered around the map. That's what happens when you do the damage he has done. He probably needs to mass about 10-15 rams and have archers here, and it's over, because the only thing that is killing the rams are the halberdiers. So yeah, he'll do it eventually here. Shulker, he's still gonna try and hang on, but I guess the question is, does he have a backup plan? Yeah, he does. He's gonna go with the cavalry archers. Now, we see it's probably over. He doesn't know how many resources Purple has. He's gonna try. He's gonna try with the Britain cavalry archers again. He can barely afford a trebuchet. Yeah, Eisenholf saying that Purple has feudal archer. He does. He's been using Chukunu for most of the game. And this castle's gonna drop. I mean, there's only 5 castles left for a guy who had about 1 million of them earlier. And we can see Trebs here too. Trebs are going to be the answer. Will outrange the castle. And there goes the king. There goes the king for Shulker. There's a tile. I think there's a tile gap behind there. Yep, gonna run away. Now, he has to be careful where he runs. Oh, check this out. Okay, he's running this way. Once he gets here, he's gonna have to run in between castles, though. Oh no, the Chukudoos! GG. GG, GG, GG. I was thinking earlier that he couldn't see the Chukudoos. I thought he would go along the edge of the map and be fine. But nope, rip. And Shulker unable to go for that last snipe, which would have been unsuccessful anyway, at this rate. Very well played from Purple. That was a tiring game for myself. I'm sure it was a tiring game for the players too. But Oreo killing multiple kings, double stuffing these guys, and well played, man. Well played. Seriously was the best player. Red was hilarious this game with his Tarkan raids. The first player to turn against Roach very early on in months of community games. So thank you so much for that, because that guy, he wins because he's so nice. Sorry, Roach. I know you're listening. But yeah, well played. Good to have a new winner, and good to see some different things going on. So here's the military stats. And yeah, like I said, the KD from Purple, he was everywhere that game. So good from him. Eco stats, no surprise that he has the most gold by a long shot too. He and Teal with all that trade profit. 47k trade profit. To put things in perspective, he had more trade profit than Shulker had gold altogether. Alright, and there's all that too. So that's it for me. I'll probably stick around and